morning, or good afternoon, and welcome back to the farm. We are in a couple of days of incredibly warm weather, kind of a third summer, if you will. So I'm trying to make the most of it and get some harvesting done and get cleanups done before it gets cold again this weekend. And I'm not sure what all that's going to entail right now. Let me get the sun out of your eyes. I do know I want to get some of these dead beds cleaned out. Just pull everything up. Maybe or maybe not get them hoed. I want to get these cauliflowers harvested so I can get those processed. And the other thing I need to do today is do a last pass on the leaves over in the backyard just to get that cleaned up and out of my hair. And that'll be the last time I'll have to do that this year. Anything that comes down at this point, you can see there's not a lot still up there. The leaves I still have up are the aspens over the other side of the stream, so those can just stay where they fall. But one job at a time, let's get started with the garden first. Well, that should keep the chickens happy for a while. I cut most of the leaves off the Brussels sprouts just so they would put their energy into making the sprouts rather than supporting those big hefty leaves. Plus, again, it'll make the chickens very happy. And I harvested the broccoli and the cauliflower. I harvested the cauliflower. The broccoli I'm leaving alone for right now. But I'm leaving the plants in place. I don't think cauliflower does this. I know broccoli does, where it will put out new shoots after it's been cut. So I figure I'll just leave those for a little bit since the chickens have a full ring right now. And then when it's time to flip that, then I'll throw that and the broccoli on that pile as well. The onions all look ready to harvest, and I do have those on my list. Those are getting harvested on Thursday. This afternoon, I'm gonna deal with the leaves, and depending on time and my energy, I may do some of the mowing. And we have another harvest coming the end of the week. On Saturday, it's time for several of those roosters to hit freezer camp, especially since one decided to charge my backside while I was filling their water yesterday. So I'm not tolerating any aggressive roosters. That I just don't have the patience to deal with that. So those ones are going to get put to freezer camp, as it is affectionately called among the homesteading community. We'll give them a good ending, and I'll make it as peaceful as possible, but they are here for food, and they will be food. So you might not want to watch that next episode. I won't show much, and I'll talk more about it later. But anyway, so we've got a nice big basket of cauliflower. A lot of it is gone by a little bit, but that's fine. I'll just blanch it and put it in the freezer, and then I'll have it when I need it. And I think that's it. Tomorrow's big project is planting the garlic, which is the other reason I wanted to get the garden cleaned up. But that is tomorrow's job. I'm going to stay focused one day at a time so I don't get completely overwhelmed. So let's get back to work, and then we'll come out and start working on leaves. half the mowing done. I don't have enough battery power in my mower to do both the house yard and the pastures. So today we get the pastures done, which is a day earlier than I had planned to. So I'm ahead of schedule. That's a good thing. My one disappointment was finding that broken apple tree. That was one of the apple trees that the folks I bought the house from had planted. And I was hoping to get them fenced and protected from the deer, but something beat me to it. I don't know what it was that hit it, and it didn't do it too long ago because there was still green in it. But it was just laying there. So, and it's broken too far down for me even to be able to use the rootstock for grafting. So I'm just going to have to get a new tree to put in there. I do have a couple of mulberry trees in the house that need to go out in the ground, so maybe I'll put one of those there. But that's kind of it for today. Tomorrow will be the other half of the mowing and getting the garlic in the ground. So I hope you'll come back and see us get up to that. Good night, everybody. Good afternoon. It's our last beautiful warm day for a while, and probably for a very long while. But I want to get a little bit of work done. I do have to run into town this afternoon, or this after I get off work. So it's going to shorten the time I have to actually accomplish anything. But the biggest thing on the list that I want to get done today is I want to get the garlic planted. So I'm out here to prep the garlic beds and hopefully start getting them in the ground. Let's get to work. I have opened my garlic. I got my garlic from Mad River Garlic Growers. They are a company I ordered from last year and never got a chance to actually plant it. I still have the box in my basement. I dread opening it. But I got their, I believe it's the Homesteader Kit, where they send you a pound each of 5 different varieties of garlic, hardneck and softneck, and sometimes you might get elephant garlic, shallots, things like that in. I got just garlic, which is I'm fine with, and it looks like I only got one variety of hardneck garlic. The difference between hardneck and softneck garlic. Hardneck has these, literally a hard stem in the middle, whereas softneck does not. It's more soft. And the big difference between the two of them is the hardneck garlics are what give you the garlic scapes, although my understanding is that the softnecks tend to store better, but they don't do as well in our northern climates. So, and I'm guessing from the fact that they sent me 4 varieties of hardneck garlic and only 1 variety of softneck, that the sellers paid attention to the fact that I'm in zone 5, and so I have a different growing season, and so sent me the garlics that are more appropriate for my area. So the softneck garlic I got is called Incilium or Inchilium, and I have a pound of them here. I got a pound of Music. If you've had garlic from the grocery store, you've probably had Music, and that's this one that I was showing you the example of before. These are Rosewood. Let me get one that shows it better. They have a slight blush to them. I've got Russian Red. These are very obviously red ones. And what's this last one? Chestnut. This is another really common variety that's got, again, got that pink blush to it. So what I need to do now is separate all of these into their individual cloves, and then we can start putting them in the ground. with ordering garlic is it's ordered by weight rather than by number of cloves, which means that a pound of music with these great big giant cloves doesn't give you as many plants as, say, the Red Russian, which has these much smaller cloves. So if you put them side by side, you can see. Hello. He's been whining through the garden the whole time I've been out here. But you don't like the smell of garlic? Let me adjust this a little bit. I suspect he's going to try and climb up in my lap. So anyway, I'm really excited. The music and the rosewood have nice big fat cloves, which again, that's great for me as a cook. Not so great for me as a gardener because I won't get as many of those plants. And then as I grow these over time, as I find the varieties that I like and keep growing those, I won't have to buy garlic anymore, because every season I will, so if I got 30 cloves of music out of those 5 heads, next fall when I harvest these, I will set 5 of those heads aside and plant those the following year. So I get 25 for storage and 5 for planting. And actually, you'd harvest in September and plant in October, so you're just planting it pretty much fresh out of the garden. And that's the same for either variety. It's just the soft necks would be the first ones I use after harvest, and I would use those for my cooking and save the others for January, February, March. I'm unfortunately out of time, so I'm not going to get any of these in the ground. We'll see if I get back from town. Hello, baby. Say hello. Say hello. We'll see if I get back from town in time to get any of this in the ground tonight. I'd really like to, because again, it's 70 degrees today. Oh, you got a burr in your tail. It's a beautiful day right now. Tomorrow it's going to be in the 50s. So, you know, I can plant it tomorrow. It'll be fine, but it'd be nicer to be able to do it while I'm out in my t-shirt. All right, I got to get back to work. Hopefully I will see you after I get back from town. All right, it is 5:15. Sunset is at 6:05. Let's see how much of this we can get planted in the next... Oh, don't make me do math. I had Avery's help, and we knocked that out in under 30 minutes, and just in time, because you can see we're losing daylight fast. So, and we sunk them in deep and then covered them up with the same straw that I'd used on the potatoes. And so, oh, and I put diatomaceous earth down to try and discourage the voles from having a garlic snack over the winter. So if the garlic doesn't deter them, then hopefully the DE will. And that's that for planting in the garden. I still have trees coming sometime this month. I don't know when. Now that our weather is starting to get cold, the trees are going dormant, so the nursery I'm buying from Edible Acres should be digging up their trees for delivery soon. So then that's just a road trip to Ithaca, and I love that road trip. But I gotta go in and figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner. Thank you for coming along, and we'll see what the rest of this week holds. We're building up to Saturday, because Saturday is going to be a big day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.